Hi, how you doing? I'm going to talk today about my standing desk. This one right here, because I love it. I got it in the middle of August. At the time I'm recording this, it's now the first week in November, so I've had it long enough to get used to it and to come to enjoy it, which I really have. I've had some requests on Reddit over on the r/standing desk group, so I thought I would just come on and do a short review so that you can see it. So I got it, as I said, middle of August. I ordered it 10th of July and it shipped out on the 17th of August. So this is a custom order from heightadjustabledesks.com, and they were fantastic, really good to deal with, really good with communication, and just the whole process was smooth as you could ask. So let's get to some specs. The model is a LINAK, L-I-N-A-K. It's a 2 metre length by 1200 over here on the return, it's called. This is an L-shaped desk. It has an E-lift with memory, so it's actually Bluetooth as well. And I have a cable tray underneath, which is a must, I have to say. And it cost, with shipping, a total of £1,500, so it's not a frivolous purchase or something that you jump into without having researched it properly. And I'm pleased to say that it has ticked all the boxes. I went for the white top because I'd like to have some light reflected off it, because I do a lot of video work. I'm planning on doing a lot more, and I just like the aesthetic of it. So I'm actually in a corner of a living room. We don't have a big enough house for me to have an office space on my own, so I'm jammed in the living room, and it's basically a multimedia setup, right? It's got cameras, audio, microphones, massive screen, etc. So it's really designed for YouTubing and productivity. So I do a lot of editing, for which this 49-inch LG monitor is fantastic. So this is it down at 77 centimeters, and as I said, it comes with Bluetooth. So if I go into my app, there's the app there, and I can adjust it with that. So let's just fire it up, will we? I've got it set to 113. I've got to keep an eye out for my camera on the blue compass stand. We're good. And there we go. So that's it at standing height. And this is where I love to stand and do my work. So what I tend to do is I'll stay seated until 11, and then I will raise the desk from 11 in the morning until probably around 4 or 5 at night. So that involves a lunch break as well, so I can go through and have a sit down in the kitchen when I'm eating my lunch. And the rest of the time I like to stand, and it's far more comfortable than I expected. I didn't think I would enjoy standing for all that long, but in actual fact I do. So let's have a look at some of the features. Right, this is the memory module, which I have attached to the left hand side of the desk. You can choose where you want them to fit that when you're placing your order, and it works by pushing in or pulling up. It's very simple to use, and you can store favourites, which I've done. If you want to put it to a favourite position, you just double tap. So that's how the memory module works if you're not using the Bluetooth. Be careful if you are walking past, because as you'll see, we've got the door here to the room, and sometimes I do bump into it by mistake, so I can live with that. If you're wondering about the smoothness, I have put a glass of water here on my desk, and I'm going to send the desk down with my phone. So you can see it's not terribly bumpy. Bring it back up. So the water hardly moved at all. Very smooth with no jerking at the top or the bottom of the movement. And now we'll have a quick look at the underneath, where you can see the cable tray which runs all along the back of the desk. I've got a USB hub taped underneath as well, and that's underneath the L bracket. In the corner just there behind the USB hub, there's a, what do you call it, a hole, a grommet hole for cables to go through. And I've also got one over on this side as well. So over here I have attached two blue compass microphone boom arms clamped to the underside of the desk, one of which I use for a microphone, which I have coming in front of me here, and the other one is behind the monitor at the moment, and that has a camera on it, which I use for filming and as a webcam when I'm doing Zoom calls. So in terms of weight and load bearing, it carries everything that I need it to, and you'll see that I've got some heavy kit there, including the LG 49-inch ultra wide monitor, which on its own is a bit of a heavy beast, and that's supported on the Ergotron HX support arm, which itself is another heavy piece of kit, and together they make the desk really usable. So what I will do is, if I've got glare coming in from any of the windows, I can just adjust the angle so it can go right in like that against that wall, which gives me lots more desk space if I need it. It can also turn and face that way, so I'll do that, will I? I've got a bit of jiggery pokery to do to get it there, but just to show you, in case you're looking for a monitor arm for a wide screen. So look at that. Talk about possibilities, eh? It's really amazing setup. And I've also got my MacBook Pro here, which is hooked up. In fact, let me just show you. I can just go into my inputs here, change it to USB-C. Got my trackpad there for the MacBook Pro. Give it a second to wake up, and there you go. I'm in my MacBook Pro. So all I do is I take my wireless keyboard, Keychron, I think it's the Keychron F4. Just switch it on and it's Bluetoothed into the MacBook, so it's fantastic. And I can also have a Windows screen showing on the secondary monitor as well, and I can use this mouse here, Logitech Rollerball, which has a button that allows you to switch between two computers. So if I want to use this mouse on the MacBook Pro, I just flick the button and we're good to go. So sometimes I'll use the MacBook Pro for Premiere Pro rendering, and then I'll switch back to PC so that I'm not using CPU cycles, and it's very efficient and effective. So that's the desk. Again, the LINAK 2 meter e-lift from heightadjustabledesk.com. If you would like to ask any questions, just get in touch and I'll be happy to answer them if I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.